Man, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's happening out there, man? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Hey, man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. What up? What up? What up to the fam? Salute to everybody. Thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. Thumbs up as you pull up. Salute to each and every one of y'all, man. Man, thank y'all for riding with the homie tonight for another episode of We Talking Boxing Live, man. You know what I'm saying? Thought I'd come on through here tonight, chop it up for a little bit tonight, fight fans. About some good stuff that's going on around the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time last night. I want to say thank you to everybody that rocked out with me last night. We had everybody that called in, everybody in the comment section, man. We had a good time last night. And I want to tell everybody thank you for your participation and come on around some more, because guess what? We're going to be doing a hell of a lot more of those. You know what I mean? You can best believe. I love the input from the fam. I love all of these boxing minds that I got rocking with me. And I definitely want to continue to put y'all on. So I want to tell everybody thank you for your participation last night. And we're going to rock on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Now tonight, it ain't going to be nearly as long. We're going to keep it a little short and sweet tonight, fight fans. But we definitely going to try to shake it up a little bit with a little bit of difference, you know, topics or whatnot, man. We've been hammering the Crawford and Spence talk like crazy, man. I'm sure y'all been seeing it everywhere. Boxing is a little slow right now. It's a little slow, and y'all know how it goes, man. When folks see boxing is slow, they go right back to the hottest fight in boxing, and that's Spence and Crawford. You know what I mean? We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, of course. Y'all see it on the thumbnail right there. We're going to deal with what Roy Jones has said, you feel me? Because I remember the last phone call that we did have last night. The caller came through and was speaking about this, and I kind of got him mixed up with some of the other legends was saying, because the Spence fans, they get so damp and moist sometimes where you don't know who they whining about, you know what I mean? So I know all of these legends came out and they were taking up for Terence Crawford, and you know, Crawford was at the Hall of Fame, and so I knew a lot of things came out, and I know everyone was taking up for Crawford, so I wasn't sure exactly which legend was what they were saying. He was saying said what. So clearly he was talking about what Roy Jones has said, which I just recently heard. And I see what everybody's saying now. And he was saying that's why he was implying the car wreck and stuff like that. So, you know, he thought that was wrong. And I say to myself, I'm like, man, come on. This is what we talking about, man. I mean, everybody's so mad at Roy's opinion. He can't have an opinion. Man, y'all Spence fans need to stop, man. Take a Midol or something, man. Pop a Midol or something, you know what I mean? Because y'all out here just, nobody can't have an opinion, nothing. I mean, it's crazy. Y'all got to stop it, you know what I mean? But we're going to definitely get there, fight fans. We got a fight coming up this weekend, too. We got Betierbiev versus Joe Smith. Very much looking forward to that fight. Shame on us boxing fans for not talking more about that fight, because that's going to be one hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? One hell of a fight. I got Muhammad Tola riding with me. What's up, Muhammad Tola? Salute to you, fam. Salute, fam. And the chat. First all day. That's what's up, fam. First man on deck. I got my man Mike Rhyme in the house. Mike, what's up, Mike? What's up, everybody? And so is that damn lie y'all going to get y'all feelings hurt? Your boy is getting hurt. We don't see it, Mike. We just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I try to, you know, formulate that, and I can't come up with nothing. I can't come up with nothing. My computer keep coming back empty, Mike. JP Mendez in the house. What's up, man? Salute, main man, and the family in this chat. Salute to my homie, JP Mendez, all day. Muhammad Tola says, with the legends like Roy giving their opinion, the fight is getting bigger and bigger by the day. Oh, trust me, Muhammad Tola, I love it. I love it. I love the fact that the legends are chiming in. I love the fact that they're even sitting on their podcasts and on their platforms, breaking this fight down, doing the X's and O's. I mean, they just like us now. You know what I mean? They're just like us. They all waiting for the announcement. Nobody ain't believing nobody. We all just waiting to hear from the fighters, not even Floyd or whoever. But, you know, they just like us, and they breaking that fight down. It's giving it more prestige, like you said, because the legends are speaking on it. Not to mention my man is already at the Hall of Fame. I mean, all of this just puts a good icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it, man. Coach Kennedy says, yo, man, Bud ain't stopping shit, man. The legends never support Spence. Spence is going to make them and you a believer. Salute, man. Salute to my bro, Coach Kennedy, man. Hey, man, we got to stand, you know, we stand behind the legends. The legends know what they talking about, man. All right, they've been in the ring. They know everything about the fight game. They know much more than we know. They know what they seeing. They know what they like, and they like Crawford. It's cool, you know. I mean, and you know, hey, I stand with the legends. You know what I'm saying? I think the legends and the OGs knows exactly what's going down. I got Caps in 4G in our house. What's up, Caps in 4G? What's going down, bro? What's good with you, man? La D, what's up, sis? How you doing? Appreciate you riding with me tonight, La. Hey, we had a lot of fun up in here last night, La. Much love to you. Much love. Mike, we don't see it, shouty. We don't see it. Mike can always draw me a picture, though. Mike can always draw that picture up like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But Mike, I'm sorry, bro. We just don't see it, man. We don't see it. You know, but we're going to definitely play what Roy had to say, fight fans. We're going to play the audio of it so we can break that down. But we're going to get there. But before we get to that good topic, let's start off with a couple little smaller ones like we like to do when we talking boxing. And then we're going to roll on through, okay? Now, it ain't been much popping this week, but we got a couple little things to talk about around the sport of boxing. So let's go there, fight fans. Let's go there. Let's start off here first. Let's see. All right, here's a good one right here. This is something that I don't know if y'all caught this week, but we caught some news on this, man, that came out this week, and it's been a little bit of a mix-up going down with Charlo. And for those who know, I know y'all seen the headlines all around the sport saying that Jamil Charlo is supposed to be ordered to be facing Tszyu. Now, we all hoping that could be the case. You know, that's been the fight that's been kind of talked about between either Tszyu, who's the WBO mandatory, and, of course, the newly crowned mandatory, and Sebastian Fundora. That's been the two fights that boxing fans have been kind of seeing and been pushed in our face, and we thought that those were perhaps the only two options. But there's another option, fight fans, and that is the IBF mandatory. Now, I'm sure some of y'all might have heard of this, but some of y'all may have it. And the issue that we got here, fight fans, is that Tszyu's mandatory with the WBO should come after the IBF mandatory. You know what I mean? And let me pull it up, the boxing rankings right now, so y'all can follow with me, make it a lot more easier as well. Put it right here on your screen, fight fans. And let's go down to 150 up to 154 pounds, where we can kind of watch how this is playing out. So as we see here, Jamil Charlo got all of the belts, right? So the issue that we're dealing with is that this IBF mandatory right here, Bakram Musalayev, well, his mandatory is supposed to come before the WBO mandatory over here with Tszyu. And Bakram's mandatory has been due since 2019. And Bakram's people has now put in legal paperwork to try to shut down the mandatory between Charlo and Tszyu. And so they're saying that, hey, man, and they laid out a whole case. It was an article that was out here earlier this week on Boxing Scene speaking about this. And they laid out a whole case, man, saying, hey, we were here first. We fought this guy. We were even named the mandatory before Tszyu was even ranked in the top 10 of the WBO. I mean, they laid out a whole case. And so it's like, to be honest with you, when you look through it, fight fans, they not lying. They telling the truth here. That IBF mandatory is supposed to come before the WBO mandatory. So the question of what the hell is they going to do? Oh, I thought I had it right here in front of y'all. Hold on, fam. Hold on. The question is, what the hell are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? And so it looks as if that the only best suggestion for Jamil Charlo to do is to either A, vacate that IBF belt, and so pivot to the fight with Tszyu, but not for undisputed, just as a unified fight. Tszyu ain't got no belt. Charlo will have 3 belts, and they can do it that way. I mean, let's call it for what it is, fight fans. Tszyu is the money fight. Bakram Musalayev, well, he ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's just the simple way of the matter. He ain't. And I mean, that's not a fight that Jermell Charlo probably feel like he want to do right now. At the end of the day, I mean, it ain't gonna do nothing for Jermell. It's not really that big name of a fight. Tszyu got a country. Tszyu and his people may be putting up much more money for their fight. I mean, would it make sense for Jermell Charlo to vacate that IBF, go after Tszyu, and if they want the IBF, they come back and get it. If not, oh well, maybe he just happier as already being undisputed. You feel me? That's perhaps the only way he gonna get out of that, because they, like I said, they're talking about legalities here, fight fans, and on top of that, I believe the IBF is going to order a purse bid also for this to go down, and so I mean they're pushing forward with it. Jermell is going to come to a point where he's either going to have to accept this IBF mandatory, or he gonna have to vacate that belt. One or the other. Like I said, though, I don't think that even to Tszyu, I don't think it would matter much to him either, because maybe he just wants the name. Maybe he just wants the recognition. Maybe he just wants the fight. It's the fight that he wants. The undisputed tag may not weigh as much for Tszyu and say he'll walk away from that. You feel me? I wouldn't. If I'm Tszyu, I'm like, shit, damn the undisputed then. If we can't get it for all of the belts, it is what it is. He got 3 belts, right? That's all I need to be the king. That's all I need to be the king. All I need to be the king is the 3 belts he got. Fuck it, let's do it. Drop the IBF and push forward. Forget the Bakram Musalayev fight. Forget Bakram. But that's the issue at hand, fight fans. And I'm not saying that Bakram and his team is wrong for putting their foot down, because this is the way it got to go. And trust and believe, if no one would have said anything, if they didn't get legalities and legal teams involved, the WBO and boxing as a whole would have moved beyond that. They would have acted like it didn't even exist. That's boxing. That's how a lot of fighters don't get shots. That's why your people got to have juice. That's why I always jump on Eddie Hearn. That's Eddie Hearn got the juice. That's why fighters are coming up short with Eddie, because his juice is running low. Your people got to have juice. I mean, maybe they can also go a route of trying to maybe pay Bakram off, but I don't see that, man. I just don't. I think that's just extra money, extra energy that they ain't got to really do, and they can go in another direction. Now, as for the Tszyu fight, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, fam. Tszyu, bro, I don't see nothing short of a destruction happening from Tszyu and Jermell Charlo. I don't see nothing short of a destruction happening to Tszyu from Jermell Charlo. I'm sorry, fight fans. I'm sorry. Tszyu, but we seen him in that Terrell Gaucher fight, and he got put on his ass. Now, I know the story was he got up off that canvas and he took that fight to Gaucher and he pulled it out in the end, but it was a close-ass fight fans. It was a close-ass fight, and we saw a hell of a lot of defensive flaws in Tszyu in that fight. I don't know about y'all, but I saw a lot. Tszyu is a big puncher. He can punch. He can crack. Especially, we've seen on the lower to mid tier. Hell, he hurt Gaucher. I think he put him down, but they ruled it a slip or whatever. But he put a lot of pain on Gaucher, and he is a big puncher. But the problem with Tszyu, and this could come from lack of experience, is that he takes too many shots looking for his fight. He looks for his fight. Like he's trying to figure out, I got to get into this range. He's clearly stalking a lot of his opponents, but he's looking for what kind of fight he's going to fight. And as he's looking for that fight, he's getting tagged. And you do that against a Charlo. Charlo can pretty much have his way with you in that type of thing. If you're trying to figure that was the problem with Castano. He couldn't really figure out what kind of fight that he really wanted to bring against Charlo. And Charlo styled on his ass. Styled on him. And I think that'll be the exact problem with Tszyu. His lack of experience and him trying to figure it out as he go. Well, I think that's going to be a huge problem versus a Jermell Charlo, who's extremely versatile, who can box you, who can brawl you, going forward, going backwards. We done seen every layer of Jermell Charlo, and we know that there's many layers to that man. I'm going to tell y'all about Charlo, man. Say what y'all want about Charlo. When we got our criticisms, especially in that Canelo talk, y'all know we got our criticisms. But, hey, when we talk about kings of divisions, like true kings of divisions, you will have to make Charlo the damn poster child. Sade, there is nobody in boxing that has taken on all comers like Jermell Charlo. Nobody. He's taken on every single layer, level, whatever you, from the prospects to the veterans to the new hot names, whoever y'all throwing out there. It was just a matter of time before him and my man Jared Hurd would have collided if Hurd would have kept held on to those belts. That was just a matter of time. Jermell has never ran from no damn smoke, bruh. No smoke. When Rosario was the new hot name, remember after he beat J-Rock? Rosario was, man, Jermell went right to the smoke. Right. The only fighter that he's been hesitant, I felt on over the years, they had an opportunity back in the day to make it, but it didn't happen, was Errol Spence. He was the only one that I can think of that Jermell had to it was kind of some hiccups there. But everybody else, I got to give Slim his props. He's a true king. He's the true king of 154. If you've never seen a king of a division, you look at Jermell Charlo. This fool reigning. And look at him, even with this Tszyu shit. Like, okay, this the money kid, right? This the money kid. He got a country and shit. Oh, okay, cool. He the money kid. All right, guess what? We're gonna get the money kid out the way. We're gonna get him. He been waiting for a couple years. All right, he ain't got nothing, but he got a country. We're gonna get him out the way. And do I think that he will run anywhere away from Sebastian Fundora? Hell nah. He'll run to that fight too, I believe. Let PBC put that shit on the tape. Do I think Jermell backs away from that? Hell nah. He ain't back away from Lubin. He ain't back away from none of them. So I'm telling y'all, man, when y'all want to talk about a true king, man, y'all got to put some respect on Jermell Charlo's name because he didn't turn down nothing but his collar. You hear me, though? But he going to destroy Tszyu, man. He going to destroy Tszyu. And Tszyu, I see him real capable of running in the shots because he uses a lot of momentum to try to get to the inside. And like I say, trying to figure his fight out, he getting tagged. He's going to end up running into something on Charlo. He's going to end up running into something on Charlo. Now, Tszyu say, look, bruh, this going to be my Zab Zuda moment. Remember his pops, Costa, made his name off Zab Zuda. Remember, we remember the knockout scene around the world. Zab Zuda, you know, bing, 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 been put on 3 legs and shit, like he walking with 3 legs. Y'all remember that knockout? That was one of the most notable knockouts of us growing up, ain't it, fight fans? The Zab Zuda one. Well, that was done by Costa. That was done by Costa, Tim's father. And he say, yo, this going to be his Zab Zuda moment. Listen to Tszyu say this, fight fans.
Big fight in it, you know, the biggest one for all the belts. There's so much resemblance in it. American, again, A-side, all these little things. And that's why it's my Zab Judah moment, because this is what makes your career from good to legendary status.
He says that this is the thing, that this is his Zuda moment, because this takes him from good to legendary status. When they asked him about this fight, the first thing that came out of his mouth was American. The American exceptionalism. The big stage, the big show. That's what Tszyu want. He want the big show. Some say you should crawl before you walk. Be careful what you wish for. Shit, Tim say he want the big show. He say this is his Zab Zuda moment. He want to walk like his pops. He even said he noticed a couple things about Charlo's style. This is what he said.
And then the pace of Castano dropped. Charlo just took over, you know. Charlo likes to fight slowly. He likes to pick his time, pick his shots. He doesn't like anything too high-paced. So it'll be interesting because my style is complete opposite to what he likes.
Damn. He says that Charlo don't like anything high-paced. He says he noticed that with Castano, he took his time. He picked his shots here. He picked his shots there. But, you know, he doesn't like to do high pace. And he says he finds that very interesting because, of course, his style is high pace. So he believes that by him being a high pace fighter, that may be the thing that gets next to Charlo. Do we think that Charlo won't be able to handle the high pace of a Tim Tszyu? Shit. Charlo can fight high pace, low pace, mid pace, forward, backwards. Charlo got layers. Charlo all over the place. What you talking about, bruh? What, you going off Charlo off one fight? I know you ain't using that one damn fight and saying, oh, well, Charlo don't like a high-paced fight. Go back and look at Charlo versus Austin Trout. He was the one setting the pace in that fight, and that shit was high-paced. He went straight at Austin Trout. Ain't nobody gonna get in no rock'em sock'em robot with y'all fighters, man. That's what a lot of y'all less skilled fighters be looking for. Oh, he doesn't like high-pace. Oh, you know, the key word boring. Or he runs. Man, look, man, ain't nobody gonna sit there and go rock'em sock'em robot with you, Tszyu. You can go high pace. He can go at his pace. That's the thing about when you are a ring general or when you are the more talented fighter. You dictate that fight. You can talk all you want. You can try to think you're going to go at a high pace. I'm going to slow you down. Castano thought he was going to go at a high pace. Castano would have loved the high pace rock'em sock'em robot fight. Let's go. Mano a mano. Let's go. Give the fans what they want to see. You don't think Castano would have loved that shit? Charlo ain't gave him none of that. And he destroyed that man. Ain't nobody gonna play y'all little less skilled fighters games. Oh, he don't like high pace. Yo, we're gonna make him fight high pace. Man, it's like that's always the answer. You gotta figure it out. It takes more skills than just high pace. High pace can get your lights turned out. Ain't that right, Earl? Roy thinks so. Mainman thinks so. I'm just saying, high pace can put you in a lot of shit too. You think high pace is the answer? You high pace, I'm slowing my pace down. You coming with volume, I'm coming with timing. I'm gonna line your ass up. And so, you know, high pace is not always the answer, fight fans. And I hope Tszyu understands that because, you know, it's gonna take a little bit more than that, bro. But he says that this is gonna be his Zuda moment. But before we get there, fight fans, we got to understand that this situation hopefully got to get sorted out. From what I'm understanding from the reports, it still seems like this WBO situation is going forward, at least as the latest reports. And we know that, this is the way that it seems like Jamil and them want to go. We're going to see what happens with this IBF title fight, fans, all day. You know what I'm saying? Pito, what's up, Pito? Fresh Gabar in the house. What's going on, man? Chilling, man. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. Muhammad Ali says that the only thing that Tim will be emulating is the Zab's chicken dance champ. Is the Zab's chicken dance champ. Exactly. Bro, he going to sleep. I see it ending that way. I see it ending in a knockout, man, for Charlo. I think Tszyu gonna come in there trying to do that high pace, and I think he gonna run into something. See, pace and volume, that don't put fear in fighters. A fighter that knows the game plan. I'm gonna time him. He can do all of that pace. I'm gonna get my distance. I'm gonna get my range, and I'm gonna make him running into something. He can pace all of that punching. I'm gonna see an opening, and he gonna see something that he gonna get hit with something he don't see. That shit ain't gonna move Charlo, fight fans. It ain't gonna move Charlo. Real spill. So we'll see how this all work out. Keep your eyes to the headlines. If we see any changes here, as if Charlo decides to maybe go down that IBF route, or if PBC decide to take him down that route, hey, we'll talk about it. But as of now, I got a strong feeling that they're gonna disregard that IBF and go straight towards that WBO, or maybe even that Sebastian Fundora fight. But we know that the order is already out here. And it's already reported that they have already has an agreement in place between Tszyu and Charlo. So that's the direction it looks like everybody is going. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep our third eye on that, man. Hey, salute to the homie Caps and full G. Hey, man, in the super chat. Thank you for that support, my G. And much love to you, man. Much love to you, champ. He says, if no Spence scrap, can Bud petition the WBO to go up and fight Jamil? If he stay undisputed, same for Shakur versus Devin. Yeah, absolutely, Captain 4G. Terence Crawford can definitely push that button. He is considered the WBO super champion. He can move up and become the WBO mandatory anytime he likes. But the only problem with that is, like we just here talking about now, Tszyu technically is the WBO mando. So if they fulfill that mandatory, well, Terence Crawford would still have to wait again until the WBO mandatory comes back around. See, that would have been a good avenue for Crawford to take if there was no Tszyu in place. But given that they are fulfilling the mandatory and he has other belts, Nah, they're not going to bring that around again no time soon, fam. And that was one of the avenues that I was like, damn, they straight cut that avenue off from Bud Crawford. And that's, truth be told, I mean, that can speed the Tszyu fight up. I mean, they can say, hey, Bud Crawford, you think you're going to move up on us and challenge Charlo? Oh, we taking that away from you right now. You can move up and become the WBO Mando, but by the time that shit come back around, Charlo going to be doing something else. Charlo going to be doing something else. You know what I mean? So, yes, the option does exist, but doing it right now would not be advantageous for Terence Crawford. It would have been maybe 6-7 months ago, maybe even a year ago. But right now, with Tszyu taking that spot, no mandatory, no time soon. You know what I'm saying? And he really wanted that Jamil fight, man. I was listening to a recent interview he just did over there with DAZN. And he said, look, man, if the Errol Spence Jr. fight fall through, the next fight that he want lined up is the Charlo fight. And he's serious about that. I mean, every interview I seen Terence Crawford in mention, I want the Charlo fight. I want the Charlo fight. He's serious about it. He wants undisputed, I believe, one way or he wants undisputed in another weight class one way or another. And y'all can't go against a dude. You can't disrespect a dude want that kind of greatness, man. And letting it be known. Ain't missing his words about it. Ain't hiding it. Look, if I can't get the greatness here, fuck it. I'm going to go up to the next class. I need greatness. I live off greatness. It's quality, not quantity with me. I don't have the option of fighting all of the top names. So it's quality, not quantity. Just like Andre Ward did. Andre Ward got by on quality, not quantity. He didn't fight everybody under the sun. But the fights that he fought, he made them count. Especially in the later years. When he was working towards that Kovalev fight. Yeah, he had to go through the Brands and the Sullivan Barreras to get there. But when he got there, he got there. And that's the thing with Terence Crawford. Same thing. Same thing, bro. Same thing. Much love, man. Who you got winning? Joe Smith or Betierbiev, says Pito. Hey, let's go there, fam. Let's go there. 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 We got a good fight coming up this weekend, fight fans. We got a real good one coming up this weekend. We got Joe Smith versus Artur Betierbiev going down at 175 pounds. Unification fight. Salute to Bob Arum for making the fight, making 175 move out this jump. You know what I'm saying? In the right way. This is the kind of fight that this weight class need, fight fans. Not no Bivels and Canelos. Nah, we need the top dogs to all fight each other. All right, here go two of them right here. So I ain't mad at this. Not to mention, I've been waiting to give my final grade on Artur Betierbiev for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So, dog, when it comes down to this fight, I will feel confident after this fight. If he beats Joe Smith in a certain fashion, I feel real confident that y'all man is worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to both fighters. They just had a press conference today. And I don't know if y'all saw it, but yeah, they had a press conference earlier today. And basically the only thing that I got, because these two they're just fighters, man. They're not salesmen. They're not big. They're just fighters. And you can just tell that the way they talk. They just talk like fighters. We had a good training camp. That's it. They had good training camps. They coming in tip-top shape. They ain't trash talkers. They ain't none of that. But when they get in that damn ring, what you got with these two styles, you have a fight of the year potential. I will agree with Bob Arum when he says that. You have a fight of the year potential with the kind of styles that these two fighters got, man. Now, Artur Beterbiev's biggest knock going into this fight is his age. A lot of people look at Artur Beterbiev's age. They say, hey, man, he's 37 years old. We don't know if he's getting old. Some people saying that they seen him get a little bit more vulnerable with each and every fight. He is getting touched. His last few fights, he's been getting touched, fight fans. Marcus Brown touched him a lot. But there's one thing I notice about Artur Beterbiev, and even while he gets touched, and in a lot of his fights, he don't get touched with heavy shots. He gets touched with quick, fast, let me touch you, get out the way type shots. But nothing that nobody's standing on. You feel what I'm saying? Like Marcus Brown was touching him all night long with the jab. Oh, the jab was working good. Not to mention, one was orthodox, one was a southpaw. But Marcus was touching him all night with the jab. You go to some of his previous fights, even Vosnik with the quick shots, touching him with the fast shots. But nobody ain't standing on nothing. It's almost like his power is almost like a deterrent. Like it's intimidating. And so fighters are not standing on punches. They're just touching them, moving, touching them. And he ain't exhibiting a whole bunch of energy. He's going through their little soft touches. But once he gets to that mid-range where he likes, he let him fly and he's flat-footed. This is the key to Artur Beterbiev, fight fans. His feet are flat. When I mean flat-footed, not slow feet, flat feet. Meaning that he's grabbing power from the back and the balls of his feet on every single punch. While these dudes are twinkle toesing and moving and hitting with the quick soft little jabs and quick soft shots, everything that he's throwing from the balls of his feet. And he's got his feet flat on the ground. And you definitely see a major difference in punching power between him and basically all of his opponents. Because no one wants to sit down with Artur Beterbiev. You feel me? Hey, salute to David Gregory in the super chat. Thanks, my man. I really appreciate that, fam. Thank you for your support. He said showing a little appreciation. Man, that make me feel good, fam. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you, David. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Hey, but this dude, man, Beterbiev, dog, he's swinging everything from the balls of his feet. So it's like, dog, there's a difference in punching power with almost everybody it seems like he fights. They're moving. He's just stalking. He coming forward. He's still flat on the ground, but he's cutting the ring off. And once he's in range, you jabbing and maybe throw a right hand and maybe bounce off him. And after that, he gonna give out some punishment that I hope that you can take. And this man can punch. Without a doubt, this man can punch. He puts all of his opponents on the back foot. He puts them all on the back foot. And this is the reason I've always thought that Dmitry Bivol would beat him. Because Bivol is a master at punching and moving, the short, quick shots, the fast shots and getting out of dodge. That's Bivol's MO. The question is, can you survive to the final bell doing that? And I think Bivol could. But we'll see. Artur Beterbiev reminds me of a young Gennady Golovkin. He's very similar to a younger Gennady Golovkin. Think Gennady Golovkin from Curtis Stevens. Think Gennady Golovkin from David Lemieux. He's more in that avenue. The come forward strong dude who can kind of pit off your little spitwads that you throwing out. You throwing that jab off, yeah, you may touch him. You know what I mean? You may even touch him occasionally with a little right hand here and there, but you ain't gonna do but so much. Because once he starts swinging, he keeps everybody's hands at bay. It's gonna be a problem. He's a slow starter. That's something I'm noticing about Artur Beterbiev. Slow starter, fight fans. Against a Joe Smith, volume puncher, a man that's looking to fight you rough, tough, and give every single iota in his body to the very last end. Starting off slow against a Joe, you got to wonder how that looks. Because Joe is not the type that's going to let you get comfortable and sit down and figure your range and figure this out. And ain't going to let you just stalk him all night without giving you a whole bunch of punches. Joe is not that guy. He's not to be intimidated. That's not Joe Smith. Hard nose, a chin in your chest, put his head in your chest, swinging for the fences, caution out the window. He trying to knock you out with everything that he throwing. So for a slow starter in Artur Beterbiev, fight fans, what does that look like? Against a guy like Joe who gonna come right at him. Some of y'all may say, well, man, I don't know if that's smart, man, because Beterbiev gonna be real strong in those early rounds, bro. And if Joe Smith come out there all willy-nilly throwing crazy shots, well, shit, he gonna face a real strong fighter. But Beterbiev is a slow starter. It's just that's what he is. So, fighters just got that. Some fighters just got that built in them. Terence Crawford, notoriously slow starter. But once Beterbiev gets going, he gets going. And once we rounding about round 4 or 5, he's in gear. And he's coming after you. And he's looking to seek and destroy at that point. Now, you can stand your ground, but he's still coming. And I got Joe Smith standing his ground at points in this fight. This is going to be a cracking ass fight, dog. A cracking ass fight. You can pile up shots on Artur Beterbiev because of that slow start. You can pile up little quick shots on him, but he's going to try to break you down. He's going to try to corner you. He's going to try to cut that ring off, and he's going to try to lay those hard hooks and uppercuts that he throws. You're going to have to deal with his firepower, especially if you overly moving. And you know that thing that Canelo likes to do. We all seen it a million times. That fighter overly moving and jabbing and wasting energy. And then eventually you slow down. And then you got to survive on your wits. But yet you got a strong-ass puncher in front of you. What you going to do, Joe? What you going to do? I'm rooting for Joe. I'm rooting for Joe Smith in this fight, man. I hope he can pull it off. You know, let's talk about my man Joe Smith for a minute, man. My man Joe Smith, man. Hard worker, man. Everything about Joe Smith spells hard worker. In the ring, out the ring. Hard worker. Action-packed fighter. My kind of fighter. Win, lose, or draw fight fans. I rock with Joe Smith. Win, lose, or draw. Joe Smith is never disappointed me in no fights, whether he won or lost. I've always been thoroughly entertained. I've always been like, oh my goodness. Even if, fights he lose, you're going to have to go through hell to beat Joe Smith. You're going to have to go through hell to beat him. I was so happy when he got that title that next time around. The title that Zerto vacated. I was so happy that he got that belt, man, because boxing would have easily wrote Joe Smith off if he would have never became champion again. They would have wrote him off. After that Bivol loss, they would have wrote him off. But I like Joe Smith. Hard worker, willing to walk through shots. Just very similar to Betierbiev to a certain degree. But the difference is Joe will walk through them hard and he'll walk through them soft. And he's going to still keep walking. He'll walk through the hard ones. He'll walk through the soft ones. But here's the thing with Joe Smith. Joe Smith, you're going to have to deal with his storm. You're going to have to tame his storm. Meaning that when Joe coming into the inside, man, look, he ain't tripping off getting hit. He's going to get hit. Joe swings for the fences. Sometimes when he's inside so close, he's overshooting a lot because his arms are so long. But he's looping his shots. He's trying to chop you down. He's never going to stop bucking. He's never going to stop swinging. Now, sometimes Joe will get popped on the inside and then, boom, it'll push him back out and he got to reset. But all he's going to do is try to get right back in there. He's going to put his head down. A lot of his shots, he don't even look at them. He just tuck his head down and tuck his chin into his chest and throw those overhands. Just launching overhands. And from them long-ass arms he got. Them long, strong-ass construction worker arms. So he just throwing overhand rights, overhand lefts, coming in throwing like a Tasman. I mean, that's Joe, man. He gonna get tagged, but he gonna tag you too. How many shots have y'all watched and seen Joe Smith land that just made you go, goodness gracious? Because you see that long-ass arm just coming all the way around, looping over top of punches and boom, just crashing on somebody's chin. And when you slow Joe Smith's punches down in slow motion, that shit is beautiful. Because it's like his arms are so long and he throwing them in rapid succession. Boom, 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 boom. Rapid succession. So my thing is, bro, against Artur Beterbiev, man, this ain't goddamn this ain't Marcus Brown. This ain't Vosdick. This is a hard worker who gonna bring a fight to your ass. To beat him, you gonna have to beat him. Now, if Artur Beterbiev is everything that the boxing fans say that he is, the power puncher that we see that he is, I believe he should get the job done. Why? Mainly because Joe Smith's biggest Achilles heel is that he gets wild and sometimes he gets a bit sloppy. That's his problem. He throws those punches in rapid succession. He throws those overhands, but he gets tagged a lot, and sometimes he gets so wild he'll throw himself out of position. He'll throw himself off balance. He'll leave himself open for counters. And the biggest thing that I fear, Joe Smith going in there throwing those punches like that. And you know how Joe doesn't throw, say like we talk about Errol in terms, volume versus timing or whatever. Errol keeps his head straight up. You know what I'm saying? He sees exactly what he's doing. He's paying attention to everything that he's doing. Okay, I'm going to hit him here. I'm going to hit him here. But he's looking. He's looking at the body. He's looking at seeing where his punches are going. That ain't Joe Smith. Joe Smith is just letting them fly, and they can land wherever the hell they going to land. He ain't even looking sometimes. He just throwing them bad boy. What we always say about Danny Garcia, no look left hook, right? Well, Joe got the no look overhand right. The no look overhand right that has rocked a few fighters. I'm fucking with this fight fans. I'm loving this fight right here, man. Into the deep waters, what they say, into the deep waters. Can y'all imagine what this fight looks like in the championship rounds? Can y'all imagine what this fight looks like in the these two men punching themselves out like crazy? And I mean, do you see either man stopping? Do you see either man folding? Do you see either man just like, and this is, I'm giving, and I see both of these dudes fighting to the bitter end, but I can see a stoppage coming. So let's give a prediction for this fight, fans, right here, right now. As much as I like Joe Smith, action-packed fighter, hard-working in the ring, willing to walk through your shots to land his shots, swings with tremendously bad intentions, real rough on the inside, rough to hold, rough to deal with in general for any fighter. Dimitri Bivol beat him on the finesse. Dimitri Bivol outboxed him. He didn't go to war with him. He outboxed him. I'm going to say, I think that Joe Smith has a lot of successes, and he gives Betierbiev a lot of hands full. But I think he's going to get sloppy, and I think he's going to get caught. I think Betierbiev going to catch him at mid-range. I think Joe going to overshoot. I think Joe going to overshoot due to the length and due to where Betierbiev likes to fight at the range he's comfortable at fighting at. Betierbiev is going to get inside at that mid-range. And once he's there, his shots are going to just be tearing Joe up on the inside. And I see Joe overshooting him, man. Getting sloppy, punching himself out of position, getting cracked. I see Betierbiev fighting much more patient, looking for his openings and looking for that shot. So I'm picking Artur Betierbiev to win. As much as I love Joe Smith, and if Joe Smith lose, I'm still rocking with Joe. Now keep in mind, though I feel Betierbiev is going to win, I'm rooting for Joe. I'm rooting for the American. I'm rooting for the American. Trust and believe. But to keep it up, to keep it 100 with y'all, it's just hard for me to see Joe not getting wild, not getting sloppy. Now, my thing is, who knows, like with Artur Beterbiev's age, and maybe the fact that Joe is going to probably come out and bring it to him early, that may be the difference maker. Maybe Joe can drag Artur Beterbiev into an early war and wear Beterbiev down some. So until those mid to late rounds, Beterbiev is not as strong. Maybe so. I have yet to see fighters kind of lure Beterbiev into that kind of fight. He fights it on his own terms. He wants to stalk you. He's not going to allow you to stalk him. If you try to stalk him, then he's going to give you something. But he wants to stalk you. He wants to walk you down. That's what Beterbiev wants, but not right away. Never right away. Stronger and stronger as the fight is going on. Pace picking up more and more as that fight going on. Hell, Marcus Brown could have been arguably outboxing Beterbiev early on in their fight. Until that equalizer came. Now, right? And that's what I'm saying about Crawford and Spence too, fight fans. Same setup. Same setup. Hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you to everybody rocking with me tonight, man. Mike Biggs in the house. Salute to my homie Mike Biggs Boxing. What's up, Mike Biggs? Yo, everybody check out Mike Biggs Boxing, man. That's a great boxing channel right there, man. My main man. What's up with you, champion? Hope all is well, man. D-Lo Sports Talk is in the house, man. D-Lo, is that the D-Lo that's D-Lo? D-Lo, you got a new channel, Mo? What's up, Mo? Special man got knocked clear into permanent retirement. Is that our D-Lo or is that another D-Lo? I don't know. It's hard to say because our D-Lo, you know, he VIP. But, okay, D-Lo Sports Talk. Joe Smith made me change my pick when he admitted to basically trying to quit in his title-winning bout. He made you change your pick when he tried to quit in his title-winning bout. I mean, nah, man. I can't say that about Joe. That's one jacket, D-Lo, that I can't put on him, bro. I can't say that he's much of a quitter and he's not a hard worker, man. That's his, to me, strongest thing, man. And he's resilient. I mean, he's all that. I hear what you're saying. You might have saw a moment that may have kind of turned you around a little bit, but that's one thing I can't take from him. Because I see it in each and every fight, fam. I see it in each and every fight. Lala says, that is our D-Lo. Okay, that is D-Lo. All right, just wanted to be sure. All right, D-Lo, you got a new jump. That's what's up. Salute to my homie D-Lo. Y'all check him out. D-Lo Sports Talk, man. All day. Salute. Oh, okay, he say this is backup. All right, that's D-Lo. So, D-Lo, if that's your backup, bro, your backup get a blue suit too, man. You already, fam. That's the homie, bro. Like the backup definitely got to get a blue suit. Salute to my homie D-Lo, man. Y'all check him on out, man. But yeah, this is gonna be a great fight, man. I'm a lean Betierbiev. I'm gonna see if he impresses me. I think he should stop Joe Smith. I think Joe Smith is just gonna get too wild, gonna get a bit too reckless, and he's gonna get caught with something. You know, get counted. Maybe that inside fight may be a little too much for him. I think Betierbiev would be the better inside fighter. I think Joe is just not nearly as accurate, overshoots a little too much. Once again, he works hard, but not nearly as effective, I believe, as Betierbiev will be at that range. And so I think Betierbiev beats him to the punch at that range, times him better at that range, and Joe just gets a little too reckless. You feel me? But still going to be a hell of a fight. And like I said, man, I'm still rocking out with Joe Smith after this fight, man, all day. Hey, David Gregory say, man, Charlo fought for the last year. It looked like slave arms. He said Charlo fought for it last year. It looks like slave arms and chains. Oh, yeah. I remember that trifling ass belt. What would they call that belt? When the WBC made that belt. And they thought that they was doing something real clever with that ugly ass thing, man. I remember that belt, bro. I'm glad that they took that shit and threw it back to wherever the hell they got it from, man. That was a terrible idea, man. Terrible idea, and that was a terrible picture. You know what I'm saying? Terrible picture. So y'all check that on out, man. We're gonna be looking on out for this weekend. Hopefully I'll do an immediate reaction for that fight this weekend. If not, we'll definitely talk about it on Sunday. And I mean, look, fight fans, let me just say, and I don't think that it makes sense for neither one of these dudes to go anywhere else, the winner, other than Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol has already beat Joe Smith. That gives Dimitri Bivol the best win at the class. The fact that he's already beat Joe Smith. Beat Joe Smith when he had a belt. And now Joe Smith went and became champion afterwards. So what that tell you? That speaks volumes. Hey, salute to my homie D-Lo 404 Boxing in the house in that super chat, man. Thanks, D-Lo, for that support, fam. Thanks for that support, bruh. Hey, everybody, y'all check out D-Lo 404 Boxing as well. You know what I'm saying? Either one, D-Lo Sports Talk or D-Lo 404 Boxing. You can't go wrong. That's the voice of reason right there. He gonna break boxing talk down to you in a reasonable way. No fanboying, no rah-rah, no pom-poms. Reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of fans like to hear. Check out D-Lo 404 Boxing, man. All day. You check out La La D too, man. Hey, we got boxing minds in this chat today. You know what I'm saying? So salute to the whole fam, man. Salute to all of y'all. Oh, there, it's in there, D-Lo. It's in there. Muhammad Tola says, your main man, Saturday night, when you go live after the fight, you'll say, Muhammad, you were right. Betierbiev ain't nothing to play with. All right, fam. I hear you, man. I hear you. I've been waiting on that moment, bro. I just been waiting on the right name, the right opponent to say that this is the man. This is the man that everybody say he is. I haven't gotten that guy yet. I wasn't a believer in Marcus Brown. But, we'll see. And look, he ain't even got to stop Joe Smith to prove that to me either, Muhammad. It could be a domination. I'm good with it. If he dominates Joe, we talking what, 10 rounds to 2? If we get an 11-1, hey, that's cool with me too. That'll give me I'll give him, full props for that. But I got to see that, man. I got to see that to be a believer. Because right now, Dimitri Bivol is the #1 fighter at 175 pounds. Now, I don't want to spoil too much for the after the fight talk, fight fans, but the Bivol chances are slim. And to be honest with you, there may be a better chance with the winner of this maybe even facing Anthony Yarde, if you really think about it in the grand scheme. Anthony Yarde is on his comeback trail, right? Frank Warren setting him up with good soft competition and get him back to the top of the charts. You know, Frank Warren doing business with Bob Arum right now. Maybe that's an easier fight to make because according to Bob Arum in a recent interview, they got no plans on sending none of their fighters over to DAZN with Dimitri Bivol lies. So that may be a problem. But I hope not, because goddamn it, I want to see that fight. And 175 has been a stand contest for too damn long. We've been wanting to see these dudes fight each other. Now is the time. Let's also include Zurdo Ramirez into this conversation, and let's really get shit heated up. You know what I'm saying? All day. Hey, Mike Biggs says, man, I got faith in Joe Smith. I'm rooting for him, Mike. I'm rooting for him, fam. I hope so, man. I'm a fan of him. I'm a fan of his story. The whole nine. And like I said, man, like even like when I listen to him talking shit, like he a man of real little words. He just remind me of like a Mike Tyson Punch-Out character or something. Like he's a true bruiser. You know what I'm saying? I root for Joe Smith, man. He gets it the hard way. I fucks with him. I fucks with him heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see him win, but Betierbiev is supposed to be this knockout artist, this demented fighter that just ruining fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see. I definitely want to see, fight fans. Let's push on, man. Hey, here's one bit of news before we get to that Crawford talk real quick. And I want to stop and I want to bring this up mainly because it just was boxing news, fight fans. And I haven't got a chance to talk about it. And that's what we do when we talking boxing. And that is the news that broke out this week of Anthony Joshua now signing a long-term partnership with, you name it, you guessed it, DAZN, fight fans. DAZN. Let's look up. We got some reporting on this. Hold on. Let's pull this on up. I'm going to put it right here on your screen so y'all can read along with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, damn, dog, I didn't see this one. I mean, Anthony Joshua, they saying rumored to be signing $100 million deals out here, man, even with the loss to Oleksandr Usyk. So I'm like, what the hell? What are they expecting on doing with him? And not to mention, fight fans, Anthony Joshua got more than just a deal. Shoot, man, Anthony Joshua been made like a suit over there or something like that, right? Let's all read this together, man. I got the article pulled up right here from Ring TV, and we'll go with this one. This was a good informative article. Let me make sure everything is good. All right, cool. Let's y'all. This is read on real quick, and we ain't gonna stay long here, fight fans. We just gonna glimpsely talk about this. And that is the DAZN Group, the global sports entertainment company, confirmed on Monday that a groundbreaking deal with Anthony Joshua has been reached. The partnership will see Joshua's future fights broadcast on DAZN's sports entertainment platform customers worldwide. DAZN has contracts with some of the world's best fighters. Okay, let's keep on going down. It says that DAZN's tie-up with the UK's biggest boxing stars come amidst a strong global expansion for the sports entertainment platform, which is already present in Italy, Spain, Germany, and Japan, where alongside other world-class live sports content, it holds top-tier football rights, including Sierra, blah, 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 and blah, 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 whatever. Let's keep on pushing. Hold on. I want to get to the good part. All right, here it is. Expanding on their existing relationship, Joshua has deepened his partnership with DAZN by becoming a shareholder, a special advisor, and a brand ambassador for the business. As a special advisor, Joshua will join DAZN's strategic advisory board as the business develops its global boxing offering by providing a richer and more immersive experience for its customers. Man. Joshua says, I'm entering a new phase in my career with a new training environment, new coaches, and now a new broadcaster. Negotiations at this level take time, so I'm pleased to have it all wrapped up, and now I can fully focus on giving the fans and DAZN what they want. Knockouts in the glamour division. Damn, and check this out. In addition to being a world-class fighter, Joshua is an entrepreneur and businessman. He founded management business 258 Management in 2016 and represents boxing's biggest, greatest rising stars, including Joshua Buatsi, Derek Chisore, and Ben Whitaker. His partnership with DAZN is a testament to his belief in the business strategy. Let me stop right there. So what does all of that mean, main man? Well, first off, They said that they're going to be entering into a long-term deal with Anthony Joshua. No numbers have really officially been discussed, though there are reports circulating out there that this deal is worth upwards of about $100 million, possibly even giving Anthony Joshua up to 2 fights per year. So the question that you got to ask yourself, fight fans, is who the hell is he going to fight? Anthony Joshua getting all of this money. Who the hell is he going to fight? Y'all may say, well, man, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Makes perfect sense. Deontay Wilder ain't going to DAZN. Did he just make the Wilder fight easier? Or did he just make the Wilder fight basically impossible? Because we'll come back around 2 years from now, fight fans. Because I'll have Joshua fans running through here. Well, man, he ducked Joshua. He could afford Anthony Joshua after Usyk. When clearly the fighter is showing you the route that he's going down, and it's nowhere in the direction towards a Deontay Wilder. The first thing that hit my mind when I heard about this deal was, well, if we are, granted, it ain't what it used to be. The fight ain't what it used, but some of us were actually still maybe holding out a little hope that we might just can still get that fight somehow, some way. Maybe if he beats Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're gonna want to do the Fury fight. It's all about what Tyson Fury want to do. But that didn't take the Deontay Wilder fight off the table. Or even if he loses to Oleksandr Usyk. Well, granted, look, we can accept the fact that Wilder lost to Fury, he lost to Usyk, but we still would be down to see them 2 fight, maybe. So this business move takes all of that off the table. Deontay Wilder ain't going to DAZN, fight fans. So that was the first thing that hit my mind. Like, well, so much for the Wilder fight. Even if we wanted to see it, even if it would have just been a fan-friendly fight, so much for that shit. And I ain't knocking him. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever the case. Cool. But he made his route. This is what I've been telling y'all about the Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis fight. They chose their route. That's not come back around and say, oh, why ain't this people making a fight? Or why ain't they making a fight? Or why they ain't making a... Boxing don't work that way. How many examples do we need? I want it to work a different way. I can want it all day. This shit ain't happening. And now, like I told y'all, Eddie Hearn did back in the day, took his ball and ran when he had Anthony Joshua on Showtime for 6 straight fights, and they didn't do the Wilder fight. He ran across the water and said, well, Wilder, come on over here with us. When Wilder attempted to do that, they tried to run smoke and mirrors on him. So he come back, and now here we are with maybe somewhat little bit of hope left, and what do? They just lock him in with DAZN. So I don't want to hear none of y'all coming around. Well, man, he didn't want to fight Joshua. He didn't want to fight. They didn't want to do the Joshua fight. This man made his route. From here on down, I guess he's going to face Derek Chisora for the 20th time. I don't freaking know. Who he going to fight? Who going to DAZN? Hell, is Tyson Fury even going to DAZN? Did he just cut himself off from the Fury fight? I don't know, fight fans. I don't know. Hey, salute to the homie Mills Lane, man, in that super chat. Mills, salute to your Mills. Much love to your fam. Thank you for your support, man. Much love, and I really, really appreciate you, man. Hey, it's going to be jab, left hook to the body, jab, left hook to the body, laughing my ass off. Spence going to be trying to get inside all night, but ping, ping, ping. Hashtag TBC. All day, fam. All day. That's what I'm telling. They don't know nothing about their incoming fire, bruh. They don't know nothing about getting, all of them punches. You getting punched with punches you don't see. Every punch, the one that becomes a mistake may be the one that costs you. That's what they don't see. They think volume and pressure is everything. Timing beats all that shit. One good shot from a knockout artist, from a knockout Picasso. What you think gonna happen? Shit. Don't tell me y'all ain't seen it before. Y'all seen it many times. Over and over again with Terence Crawford. You see the pattern. He's a slow starter. He doesn't get him out so early. but he gets him out. He's a fighter, not a boxer, a fighter, finding a way to win. The biggest muscle in his body is his brain and his heart. Shit. Y'all better get hip, man. Y'all better get hip. But back to this Anthony Joshua thing, man. Let me tell y'all, fam. I just don't like the fact that he did that, because now I just wonder where would he go. So it just also signals to me that maybe that Eddie just gonna just use him as a circus act somehow, some way. That's the only thing I can think of. They can do the Usyk fight. There's nothing politically stopping that, and we know that Anthony Joshua, he left his deal from Sky Sports mainly because DAZN, they're moving into the UK. They're trying to push Sky Sports out the way. This is why Eddie had to make the decision, a little while back, to remove Matchroom from Sky Sports altogether. Altogether. Not just Matchroom USA, but all of Matchroom. His deal expired with Sky Sports, and he ran all the way in with DAZN. Eddie's deal was separate from Joshua's deal. The same way that Oscar had a separate deal with Canelo when it came down to DAZN. And so, what did Eddie do? Oh, no, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. He took his ball away from Sky Sports, running their ass out of business. They struggling over there. They got to hang with Probellum and Kelly Sowland and all of those cats over there. They can't get no top name fights. They got Chris Eustank Jr., who can't get no fight, who ain't trying to make no fight. He was trying to call out Kell Brook. Chris Eustank ain't got no fights. And now Eddie just took Joshua. So what you gonna do, Ja? Who you gonna fight? You gonna be a circus act now, bro? What you gonna do? Fury ain't gonna come to DAZN. Wilder ain't gonna come to DAZN. I mean, what the hell is he gonna do? Triple D ain't gonna come to DAZN. Joe Joyce ain't gonna come to DAZN. What the hell is they gonna do? So I'm looking at this move, and I'm dying to see what his future is gonna look like beyond Oleksandr Usyk. And goodness forbid if he loses to Oleksandr Usyk, then what? Then what? We'll see, fight fans. Now, one bit of news before I push on out. This piece right here, man. This is one thing I did not know. I honestly was not aware that Anthony Joshua started a management company that is currently managing fighters. So now, all of these fights that I be seeing Derek Chisora in and Joshua Buatsi, you mean to tell me Anthony Joshua eating off them dudes? He started the management company that's managing them, so he eating off them. I got to say, Slim was on his business. I got to give Anthony Joshua that credit. Say what we want. We may not get the fights we want to see. I have no idea who they're going to line him up with. Outside of Oleksandr Usyk, which is already going to be a uphill battle. A uphill battle. He says he got new coaches. He got new networks. He's happy about that. That's what's up. That's what's up. But, bro, if you lose, I don't know where you going, man. We're going to be fighting Derek Chisora, bro. You're going to be fighting Dillian White or something. I mean, where you going to go? Maybe he can do the Dillian White fight again. That's the only other one that I can maybe even remotely scrape up that I can think of. Because I don't think Dillian White has a surefire home right now. So maybe Dillian White will still be hanging around. I don't know. But how many people are dying to see that fight? Maybe the UK will buy it. I don't know. But I just want people to remember what the moves that they made. Because just when fights get made, we got a funny way of forgetting that fighters choose their own path and their own futures, making certain fights not being able to happen. You feel me? And that's funny because you know what? Let me see if I should be able to do this while I'm on here. Let's see if I can run over here real quick. I shouldn't do this with this computer of mine. Sometimes I have a little issue with it. But I was trying to switch on over to the boxing rankings. Okay, good. We got it. Switch over to the boxing rankings real quick because it's funny. We just got finished mentioning things about that because there's something else going on that's playing out. And I just want us to, okay. Well, I guess, the thing I was looking at, I was going to go up to 140 pounds and pull up something from there. But the thing is, I know y'all heard the news up at 140 about that WBA situation. And we know that the WBA now currently is vacant up at 140 pounds. Well, let me see. I should have it right here. I should have it right. Okay, I got it right here. The WBA, I'm sorry, at 140 is vacant. And I was just looking at this like, is this a possible route for Gervonta Tank Davis? Because we got this boy, Alberto Puello, who has now recently been ordered to face Bakhtiar Akhmadov, who is the number 6 guy. Now, I don't know if y'all remember us speaking about this a few weeks back, but the WBA basically sent home 6 fighters and told them to come back in writing as to who deserves the shot for that vacant WBA super belt at 140 pounds. And all 6 of them went home and did their book reports. And when they all got back, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure there was a check attached to those book reports. But when they all got back, the ones that were left standing was Alberto Puello, who's the number 1 guy, and the number 6 guy, Bakhtiar Akhmadov. Why is this relevant, man? Well, the reason I think this is relevant because this fight was won basically by PBC. Tom Brown is going to be the promoter promoting this fight. We know that Gervonta Davis holds the WBA regular belt down at 135 pounds. Y'all may say, well, man, he got to face Devin. Devin has a rematch clause. Devin has a rematch clause, fight fans, which will make the WBA pump their brakes on that belt consolidating thing. It's going to make them pump their brakes and say, okay, wait till they settle their rematch, and then we'll probably pick up the pieces. But who knows how long that might be. How far down the line, many options can change at that point. So I was wondering, because they're saying, okay, Puello got to face Akhmadov for the vacant belt, and the winner of that fight will have to go and face Ismael Barrasso, who is the current number 2 guy. But however, he's going to be pushed down to number 3 because they're going to put Akhmadov at number 2. The point I'm making is that PBC is running that shit. This gives Gervonta Davis, if he wanted, a possible option to move up to 140 pounds where he held the WBA regular championship. If he wanted to move up and challenge for the WBA super once it's in the possession of PBC, what stops him from doing that? Riddle me that. What stops him from doing that? A possible route, fight fans. A possible route. So I wanted to put that on the screen. Unfortunately, I was unable to do such, but a possible route. A possible route. And that's all I want everybody to keep their eyes on. You know what I'm saying? A possible route. So let's move on, man. Let's move on to this last bit of a boxing talk that we got for the night. And that is the title screen, the thumbnail that y'all see out there, fight fans. We're going to talk about Roy Jones and his 6-round comment that got the Spence fans out here damp, and more damp. It don't make no damn sense, man. Look, I keep telling y'all Spence fans, y'all need to relax. Go pop a Midol or something, man. Y'all too emotional. You're too on edge. Gas is $6 a gallon and shit. Like, we ain't got time for this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to calm down. Stop dissing the legends. Stop dissing anybody with a halfway criticizing opinion of Spence. Everybody is wrong. You know what I'm saying? These are the people y'all grew up admiring, and y'all dissing them. It don't make, it is pathetic. Pathetic of what the Spence fans are reducing themselves to. It's absolutely pathetic. You know, as Crawford fans, if the legends was to criticize Terence Crawford, look, I'm going to tell you, for example, you don't see me running around overly criticizing Paulie Malignaggi, do you? Paulie Malignaggi is Errol Spence's biggest supporter when it comes to former fighters. Paulie Malignaggi is like the leader of the fan club. He has always loved Errol Spence. He has always been in the corner of Errol Spence. But you don't see me running around criticizing Paulie Malignaggi. I don't fuck with Paulie Malignaggi. I got a lot of reasons to not mess with Paulie Malignaggi. He's one of Spence's most avid defenders. But I don't criticize him. He's entitled to his own opinion. Hell, he know more about the fight game than we do. He's been in there. So I'm not going to do that to any of them, whether they are for or against Terence Crawford. But y'all Errol Spence Jr. fans, man, are pathetic. Y'all love Roy Jones. You love Roy Jones. Say it in the mirror. I love Roy Jones. You love Roy Jones. Everybody loves Roy. He's boxing royalty. And so if he has an opinion, respect his opinion. You damp, emotional ass Spence fans. I mean, y'all are treating this man like he is some sort of like boxing god or something. Like, y'all go way too far, man. It's a damn shame. It's pathetic. So with that being said, man, that aside, let's deal actually with Roy Jones had to say. Let's see if this is so bad from the uproar that I'm hearing from the damp nation. Let me see if his audio is so bad, because damp nation is just so moist and soggy and shit. Like, why did Roy say that? I can't believe. Who does Roy think he is? Who does James Toney think he is? He's a legend that you grew up admiring. That's who he think he is. You gonna tell him he wrong? You gonna say he lying? Pathetic. Pathetic. All for a one-weight guy whose best win is a 35-pounder and the same win as another former 35-pounder in Terence Crawford. You dissing Roy. Pathetic. Pathetic. And nothing but a damp nation of provocateurs. Pathetic. So let's listen to what Roy got to say. Let's see what this shit is, man. You know what I mean? Let's see what this is all about. It don't make no ever-loving sense, man. That they got Roy Jones. They criticizing Roy damn Jones, man. Roy can't speak his mind, can't say what he want to say. Don't make no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me pull this up. Hold on. Let's pull up Roy's words, man, because this, I want to know. Is this so bad? Is it so bad?
We have to see what kind of shape Spence is in after that car wreck. A lot of people don't know the speculation because of the car wreck, what it did to him, but the car wreck didn't bother him too bad. We'll see. Crawford's a bad boy, but Spence is a pressure cooker, so if he can maintain with Crawford early, then he can make a good fight. But if he ain't on his game, they might be right.
That's what everybody's so pissed off about. Is that it? All because he said they don't know about how he's going to bounce back from the car crash. Is that the big problem? Because he doesn't know how he's going to bounce back from the car crash. So people are mad because he's citing the car crash. Is that what it is? Let's listen to this one more time, fight fans. Let me make sure I heard this right.
We have to see what kind of shape Spence is in after that car wreck. A lot of people don't know the speculation because of the car wreck, what it did to him, but the car wreck didn't bother him too bad. We'll see. Crawford's a bad boy, but Spence is a pressure cooker, so if he can maintain with Crawford early, then he can make a good fight. But if he ain't on his game, they might be right.
I think that's a super fair ass statement. Ain't nothing wrong with what he said. Let's deal with this. The car wreck. Because clearly that's the trigger word, right? That triggered off Damp Nation. So Damp Nation gets triggered because he mentions the word car wreck. Look here, man. This is what y'all need to understand. First off, he didn't say anything wrong about the car wreck. Look, it ain't like, I don't know what's this taboo shit running around that when people are talking about the fight game, they're not supposed to bring up Errol Spence Jr.'s car wreck. He the one that did it, man. Like, where y'all get this shit like it's off limits to talk? In my opinion, I don't think that nobody should be judging him. I don't think that nobody should be using it as some sort of super lesson and shit like that to be, extra critical and stuff. That's wrong. But if people want to use it and say, hey, man, the man was in a car accident. We don't know what it could have done to punch resistance. We don't know if he had some other injuries that we don't know about. Man, that's freaking fair game. It's fair game. That is ask yourself this question. Since Errol Spence Jr. has returned back from the car wreck, since he returned back from the car accident, what have we seen? Well, we seen when Danny decided to let his hands go, the little he done, it affected Errol. Oh, it affected Errol. The little that Danny did, the little times he let his hands go and he landed clean on Errol. Oh, it was effective. You seen it. Oh, I mean, Ugas. Ugas lands one solid shot damn near to equalize that fight. Out of everything that Errol was doing, one shot, bam. When Ugas decided to let his hands go, he was having success. And it affected Errol. The difference is, fight fans, is that Danny was not a guy who majority of the fight let his hands go. He just didn't. And so we didn't get a clear answer of what happened when Errol really gets hit consecutively. Ugas, same thing. You didn't get your clear answer because down the stretch, Ugas just wasn't swinging really no more. But I can tell you over and over and over and over again, every fight that Errol gets in there with someone that actually decides to let their hands go, they affect him. That's just a fact. That's not no bias analysis. That's just a fact. When Kell Brook was letting his hands go in those early rounds, he was beating Errol. He was beating Errol. Yet when Errol gets in there with a Mikey Garcia who doesn't swing, Errol dominates him. When he gets in there with a Lamont Peterson who was in there, couldn't really swing as much down the stretch, dominated him. He gets in there with a Sean Porter who decides to let his hands go, and he gets into a back and forth brawl, and he gets touched up really good in that fight. Kell Brook literally hurt him and pushed him back to the ropes, literally hurt him in the early portions of their fight. The point I'm making to y'all fight fans, whenever I'm seeing fighters that actually stand there and actually let their hands go, they have success on Errol. That's what I see. But when you get someone in there who doesn't swing as much, Errol has his way with, he had his way with Danny. Danny ain't really want to swing. Danny had to sit in the post-fight interview looking at his dad. Like, damn, man, like what, don't be saying that, man. Don't be saying that, man. Come on, man. Don't be you making it like, you making it like he beat you up. You just ain't swing, man. Don't be saying all that, man. Because you didn't swing. Ugas, you didn't swing. But when we see people that swing, they touch this man and they affect this man. Latte, one punch, equalized their whole fight. Equalized the whole fight. That's all we saying, fight fans. So Roy may be looking at it like, well, look, man, I can't get a clear-cut answer from Ugas and Danny. But we seen some things when he was touched. So we just saying that, look, man, we don't know what that car crash took out of him. You put him in there with a guy like Terence Crawford that once he so much as halfway smell blood, you done. He's going in to finish you. He is the best finisher in boxing. Who gonna tell me I'm lying? I'll look in the comment section right now. I got my binoculars on. Who gonna tell me I'm lying? He is the best finisher in boxing. If he had half of the luck that any of those fighters have, what the hell you think would have been the outcome? Kell Brook literally was poor countering Errol Spence early on in that fight, connecting with the right hand, connecting with the 1-2. Was physically strong enough to not be pushed back by Errol Spence. And he was giving Errol a lot of firepower. And Errol was affected, even through his volume, fight fans. Go back and watch that fight for those who forgot. The eye goes out in what, round 6 or 7? After that, it's all Errol Spence Jr. But up until that point, Kell Brook up on the cards. People see these things. People see these things. And so we look at Terence Crawford and what he brings and say, look, man, the top finisher in the game, a knockout artist, a pure knockout artist. No one questions that. Knockout artist, power in both hands. You telling me that Roy is so far off by saying, hey, man, if he's saying that we don't know what that car crash took off, but people saying that, he's okay. But if there's anything from that car crash wrong with him, it's going to be a problem. And I agree with Roy. This ain't Danny. This ain't Ugas. This ain't Mikey. This is a man who's going to stand in the storm and make it to the eye of the storm. No pun intended. He's going to walk into the storm and go right to the eye of the storm and say, I'm right here. And I'm going to give you something, a little something back. I'm going to clip your ass. And all I need is 1 or 2 good ones to land. Roy is telling you, look, man, that's a possibility if this man's punch resistance is lowered. And I don't got no reading on that from the 2 opponents that he just fought because they barely swung. That's how hype jobs are built, fight fans. That's exactly how you get hype jobs. Man, this dude ain't bet. We all saw them last 2 fights. Y'all know damn well that Danny barely swung. And y'all know damn well that Ugas barely swung. Y'all know this shit. So I'm just telling y'all, man, Roy to me ain't to me wrong what he's saying. Let's see what else he had to say. So he mentioned the car crash, and everybody act like that's so taboo. You're not supposed to bring it up. He should have never got into this shit. Period. Don't be criticizing people for bringing it up in their analysis like we don't know what it did to him. That shit fair game. What ain't fair game is to be critical and to be judgmental. But to analyze it and make it part of your argument, that shit is fair game, man. Y'all damp asses just need to figure it out. I mean, you talking about his car crash. Y'all not supposed to talk about his car crash. Leave his car crash alone. Man, get the hell out of here. Y'all the same folks that took up for him when he said he's going to go back to the farm and play with the chickens and the cows. Motherfuckers coming out here with excuses. It's all right, man. His chickens may lay golden eggs. Coming up here with 1,000 excuses is okay and shit. So, I mean, y'all the same ones who take up for every little thing. Terence Crawford go to the man fight, trying to get a fight. What is he doing here? Nobody got shit to say. Well, man, he was right. You know, he shouldn't never came. You know, he didn't come to make a fight. He just came just to show up. He just came just for the cameras, man. What kind of stupid shit is that? Yeah, y'all damp, man. Y'all some damp ass fans.
A lot of people don't know the speculation because of the car wreck what it did to him, but the car wreck didn't bother him too bad. Whereas Crawford's a bad boy. Whereas Spence, you know.
If the car wreck ain't bother him too bad, then we'll see. If the car wreck ain't bother him too bad, then we'll see. But he's just letting it be known that if that car wreck has affected him, which we can't get a gauge on from his last 2 opponents, that's going to be a problem because Crawford is not those dudes. Like he said, Crawford a bad boy. We all feel that way. Even you Spence fans feel that way. He's a bad boy. And he cannot go in there slipping. He cannot go in there affected by anything. It's good that he's choose to leave the city and move to the farm life to get away from the pressures of the city. That's good. Crawford ain't got to do shit like that. He already built that way. They got to get like Bud. It's good to see that Earl trying. He get an A for effort. But at the end of the day, look, man, Roy ain't saying nothing that's out the ordinary here. If that car crash, if he has any effects from that crash, getting in there with Crawford, that's going to be a problem. I would bet the farm on that. What is he saying wrong, fight fans? Don't y'all agree? Even if you are a Spence fan, don't you agree with that statement? Guess what? If Errol Spence has any punch resistance, any of y'all would tell me that. If Errol Spence has any punch resistance issues, man, he's going to lose to Terence Crawford. Crawford going to end up knocking them out. Y'all would admit that's a fair statement, and that's all that Roy is saying. But y'all take it as a diss to Spence because he ain't kissing Spence's ass. Like y'all be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't kissing Spence's ass, so he wrong. His opinion is fair and unbiased and balanced, so y'all want to say he's wrong. All because he's leaning towards Terence Crawford. I think that is a fair analysis that Roy is doing. I respect Roy's boxing brain. He is not only a Hall of Fame and a Hoff fighter, but he is also a hell of a trainer. You know what I'm saying? And I respect the brain of Roy Jones Jr. All of you damp ass fans out there, if you don't like it, then don't listen. Mad because the legend's standing with a future legend.
This is a pressure cooker, so If he can maintain with Crawford early, then he can make a good fight. But if he ain't on his game, they might be right.
He said Spence is a pressure cooker. He's a pressure cooker. He giving Spence all kind of credit. He's a pressure cooker, man. If you know what I'm saying? If he can maintain with Crawford, if he come in there on his game, that's exactly what the man said. Simple. But the legends also believe that possibly a knockout can come in 6 rounds. And people think that that's too far-fetched. When I disagree with that too, that can happen as well. I think that's fair criticism. Sorry, man. If people, look, it's picking up steam more and more and more. I'm noticing more and more fans, especially since we came out with it last week, more and more fans, more and more fighters are running the stoppage scenario in their minds. They are running the stoppage scenario in their minds. And people are doing they're doing the X's and O's. And they're saying volume versus a knockout artist. Volume versus a guy who can throw off timing and rhythm from switching. Volume. And people always say, well, the southpaw ain't going to be this and ain't going to be that. If Terence Crawford is touching Earl with the right hand jab, it's not the same jab, fight fans. It's not saying that a southpaw is facing another southpaw that's a left-hander. Facing another guy who's switching southpaw that's a right-hander does make a difference. And we're going to get there as in the later days where I'll have to explain to some of the novices out there how that makes a difference. There's a difference from a southpaw facing another southpaw when they're both left-handers. But not when he's facing a southpaw from a guy that's a right-hander. We'll get there. That may be a little bit too much, but we'll get there. Point I'm making to y'all fight fans is that it's very possible. Styles make fights. It's not a diss to Earl. It's a styles make fights argument. Volume versus the knockout power of Terence Crawford. It can end in 6 rounds. It can. Maybe y'all not expecting it because Earl seems so indestructible by fighting fighters that barely are swinging. But it can end that way. The right shot. Timing and rhythm thrown off. The right shot. I've seen Earl affected. It doesn't matter how much work Earl is doing, how much work that he's put in that fight. He gets affected when people let their hands go. Go through the fights, fight fans. Just go through them for yourself and look it up. Look at how many fighters affected him and hurt him at a certain degree, even when he was way up on scoreboards. I can't see Crawford not getting his moment. I can't see Crawford not getting his moment. If Manuel Latte had a moment, if Kell Brook had a moment, if Yordenis Ugas had a moment, I cannot see Terence Crawford not having a moment. And so that makes what they're saying fair criticism in my opinion, just like in their opinion. And can I say in my fact? No, in my opinion. The option, the threat of a stoppage definitely exists in this fight, in all of Terence Crawford's fights. And if you don't believe me, just look at the record. The threat of a knockout is always there, and Errol Spence Jr. ain't no different. He's a fighter that actually plays into that strategy of a knockout, not away from it. And so I believe that Roy Jones' criticism amongst what the other great legends of the sport that we grew up admiring and so love, the boxing royalty, I believe that their criticism has all been fair, and they've just gave their opinion from what they see of the fight game, as they should and as they deserve. And they do not deserve for when they give their opinion some rabid, damp-ass fan base to come out and discredit the legends, like they don't know what they're talking about. All because they don't drink from the fountain of Spence. Don't make no sense, fight fans. It's pathetic and it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Let me go through some with the fam talking about. Much love, much love. D-Lo says, yo, man, all that high volume tends to go out the window versus a technician. See Quintana versus Williams, first bout. That's a big fact. Big fact. Big fact. Volume can easily be neutralized by timing. It can easily be neutralized by timing. The right shots changes the demeanor and posture of that aggressive fighter. Once his posture is changed, he's thrown off. The right shot. If Ugas can land that shot, don't tell me Bud can't land that shot. And I'm not talking about the one that y'all want to keep y'all circling the wagons about. I mean, it was the mouthpiece. It was the mouthpiece. I'm talking about the shot before that. I don't want to hear nothing about that shit. And I'm still wondering about that. I still got my doubts on that shit. The way he got knocked into the ring. To the ropes. Knocked halfway across the damn ring from Ugas. Pillow punching Ugas. Man, if that's Terence Crawford, man, it's going to be lights out. And that means 6 rounds, it can happen. That means that if he's not 100% functional and back on his feet from that car crash, which I'm expecting him to be, I'm going to tell you, I seen some early signs in the Danny Garcia fight, but I got to admit, in the Ugas fight, I did not see a lot of those signs that I saw in the Danny Garcia fight. I saw balance issues. I saw even when he was blocking shots, the impact of those shots were moving him left and right. And I saw him mainly with balance issues. That was key. And that's everything. Lunging, throwing himself out of place. Even at the beginning of the Ugas fight, he still was doing a bit of lunging and kind of pushing himself out of place. He says he had to find his rhythm. All fighters do. So I'm not going to hold that against him. But at the end, you look for those things, and some of us still have a hard time saying it when you're going against fighters who ain't swinging. That is fair criticism from Roy. That's fair. That's fair. But that volume can get turned down, man. That volume can get turned down. They can get turned down, D-Lo, all day. Muhammad Hamatola says Spence Nation is extreme. You're allowed to give Bud props when it comes to Spence. 100%. 100%. 100%. Like, people like who they like, man. Y'all Spence fans can't change that. You can't stop him from going to the Hoff. You can't stop the great fighters from wanting to be around him, talk to him, rock out with him. Look at the younger fighters. Look at Shakur. Look at Devin. They all lining up behind him. They all admire him. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. All you can do is just watch. You don't believe him, just watch. Period. That's all you can do. You can't stop it. It don't matter how many shit videos and narratives are floating around out here. The real know. The real already know. The fighters know. The people that see him in the gym know. Why do you think Bud get the reception he gets? They say, well, man, nobody knows him. Nobody. But when he walks around boxing, he walking around this thing like Charles Martin say, I walk this earth like a god. He walking this thing like a god. Every way he goes. All cameras flock to Crawford. The legends see him. They all flock. I just got finished watching a video with him and Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins all salivating all over him and shit. Like, I'm like, damn, but they love Bud out here. Everybody love Bud. Everybody loves Bud. But for the last 3 or 4 years, all I've heard from Damp Nation is, nobody likes Bud. He's this. He's a sellout. He's a coon. He's that. He's this. He's over there. He don't want to. No one knows him. But every time I see Bud, not to mention this entire boxing week, we can't go a day without talking about the man. But no one knows him. No one loves him. He butchered his career. This man on his way to the Hoff. The legends are loving him. They got to get like Bud. He's got everything that they all desire, from money to accomplishments to the admiration of the OGs. They got to get like Bud. Sean know that. Sean Porter know that. That's why he's just like, you know what? There's nothing I can say. Shit. He got every goddamn thing. He even gave me my biggest payday. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get that shit from the big fish. I had to go get it from him. How the hell he the big fish and I'm making more money fighting Bud? Riddle me that, fight fans. How the hell is he the big fish and I'm making more money fighting Bud? I don't understand that, fight fans. Don't that sound crazy? And if Keith Thurman would have took the offer that he was being, he would have got the most money fighting Bud. Even back in the day when Danny got offered to fight with the $3 million that was rumored, right? That was still his highest payday at the time. He would have got the most money he ever seen fighting Bud, but nobody knows him, and that's just facts. What the hell they talking about out here? I don't understand it, fight fans. I'm lost for words at it. I mean, look, man, this is why I've always rocked with Terence Crawford from day one. Numero uno. Take it all the way back to 2015. The video still stands right here on YouTube all day. This is why I go way back with this man, because I knew from jump. And I seen him drag through the mud. And I seen everything that people were putting him through, this funhouse mirror image of what they wanted him to be, as to opposed of what he really is. And take in mind, fight fans, none of this shit ain't start until the rise of Errol Spence. Prior to Errol Spence Jr. coming on the scene, there was never this level of Bud disrespect. Never. Until Errol came on the scene and his damp ass fan base running around with Pampers on this shit, damp ass fan base, sitting around here dragging this man's name through the mud, misrepresenting a family man, questioning everything he's ever done, everybody he's ever fought, every punch he's ever thrown. It ain't started until Spence came. Because most of the Spence fans, prior to this moment that we at today, were Bud fans. They abandoned him in droves for the big state. Mainman stays right here. Ain't going nowhere. We gonna be victorious, fight fans, all day. Hit that thumbs up for me if you hear me, though. We gonna be victorious. We gonna win this shit in devastating fashion. In devastating fashion. And they all know it. They don't want to trade in Texas for Omaha. But get ready. Get ready. Jerry Jones gonna be walking around with a sad face. With a sad face. The Dallas Cowboys gonna turn their back on the man. Are they gonna want to back Bud? He ain't from Dallas, but neither is Earl, right? I'm just saying, neither is Earl, right? So the way if you back at Earl, he ain't from there. Why don't you just back Terrence? You know, it's the same shit. But he gonna wreck all of that, man. Look here, man. Crawford has done a lot of wrecking in his career, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. He's done a lot of wrecking. There's a lot of fighters who are never the same after Terence Crawford beat them. They were undefeated. They were unified. They were champions. They were going into the backyards of other fighters. They were headlining all kinds of shows. They were the man until they run into Terence Crawford and they never exist no more. This will be Terence Crawford's biggest wrecking. Because he going to flip PBC on their back, taking away one of their biggest attractions and renaming that bitch TBC. That's what he's going to do. This is going to be the biggest wrecking, because not only he's going to wreck Lil Spence, he going to wreck the Cowboys. He going to wreck Jerry Jones. He going to wreck Showtime. He going to wreck Texas. He going to wreck all of that in one big wrecking ball, leaving PBC with the pieces to pick up. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Hit that thumbs up for me, fight fans. A couple comments and I'm out of here. Much love to the fam, y'all. Much love for everyone that rocked out with me tonight, man. Great time as always. Let's take a couple comments, man, on the way on out the door. Let's see, man. Let's see. And that's a shame for the OGs to go through that. It's not what for the car crash. Look, man, I told you, man, as long as it's not being overly critical or judgmental, you know what I mean? Errol Spence shouldn't have done this, and he's this kind of person, and he's that shit. I'm not with that. I'm not with dragging nobody's personal skeletons out to the public. You feel me? I hate when people do that, and that's just something that Roy didn't do. That's something that Roy didn't do. What Roy did was kept it analytical, and he's saying, look, that's just something that I don't know. But he also said that if that's not a factor, then yeah, he can very much well maintain with Terence Crawford. I mean, he quickly put that in there. I mean, what more do y'all want? I mean, good. Did y'all just hear a buzzword and just ran with the shit? Or did y'all listen to the whole thing? Do y'all listen to interviews or do you just skim through it? You know what I'm saying? For real. Alfonso Moore says, I don't think that he will knock Spence out, but I do think that Bud will win a UD. I hear that, bro. I hear that. Hey, man, a win is a win. A win is a win. BZ Wordplay says, Spence fans are the ones that get mad for not seeing a knockout. Hey, man, I wish he would knock somebody out. You feel me? They say they try to make it like he knocked out Ugas when technically the doctor knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? The doctor wrote a prescription that knocked out Ugas and waved him off. Ugas was mad as hell. He couldn't finish that fight. You know what I'm saying? But the doctor knocked him out. The doctor knocked him out. Let me see. No, main man. It wasn't until Bud made Spence a target and then suddenly Gamboa, Diaz, Postile, and everyone else became bums. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, okay. So when he started getting on his bumper, oh, all right, I got you now. When he started getting on Spence's bumper, it became a little too close for comfort. And then next thing you know, Terence Crawford is this, he's that, everybody's for his bums. Victor Postal wasn't the man when Terence Crawford fought him. No. Julius Ndongo wasn't doing good things when Terence Crawford fought him. No. Ricky Burns is not a several division world champion and became champion after Terence Crawford beat him. No. They were bums. They were all bums. And Errol Spence would have beat everybody on Crawford's resume. Well, Crawford would have beat everybody on Spence's resume. Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. That means a lot because we're talking about a 47-pounder from somebody who came from 35. And I'm telling you that 35-pounder can beat everybody on that 47-pounder's resume. That means a lot. That means a lot. You don't even see the weight in that statement. I'm not telling you that, a career welterweight like him can beat everybody on his resume. I'm telling you a guy that came from 35 can beat everybody on his resume. I'm just saying, though. Salute to my homie D-Ray in the house. D-Ray, I see you, fam. Salute to D-Ray Promotions, man. D-Ray, what's up, champion? What's up with you, man? Mayweather likes to wreck TMT too. You saying he like to wreck TMT too? Hey, Mayweather, man. Mayweather say he the boss. We talked about that yesterday. Mayweather say he is the boss. We just trying to figure out, is it true or is it false? We don't know. We just trying to figure out, is it facts or not? I mean, is it? D-Lo says fans have talked so much foolishness that we know however the fight ends, some channel will become Hanks. Yeah, people gonna disappear. People gonna definitely disappear. I'm gonna take my lumps though. If I'm wrong, I'm here. Y'all can have a field day with Mainman, but I'm gonna be right here fighting a damn good fight. You can believe that. But yeah, I'm definitely going. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a glorious morning. It's gonna be a glorious morning. That night after the fight, that post-fight show is going to be a epic show here on Mainman Mademan's Boxing. I'm gonna have that show set up a week in advance. That's going to be an epic show. We're going to have music. We're going to have a celebration up in here, fight fans. I'm telling you now. I fuck around, have a strobe light up in the sky and everything. It's going to be something. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. And trust and believe, that night is going to be just great for boxing in general, whether you're a Spence fan or a Crawford fan. That night in general should be a glorious night for all channels, all fans, all platforms, because you deserve it. And I mean that. And let's kill the Spence Nation talk for a second. I mean, us just in general as boxing fans, whether you support Spence or if you're supporting the winner in Terence Crawford, but if you're supporting Earl Flinch, hey, look, you deserve it too. You know what I'm saying? If you're supporting the Hoff, you deserve it. If you're supporting Earl Flinch, you deserve it. Simple. All of y'all deserve it. And I hope everybody really enjoy that fight and just dwell in it, man. Dwell in it. This is our time as boxing fans. That's why I ain't letting no media come around here talking about some of this fight ain't big. I'm not hearing none of that shit. I'm not hearing out this ain't the biggest fight in boxing. Oh, there's no money. All of that shit is in one ear out the other. I'm not hearing it. We 5 years deep. That shit means nothing. I'm not hearing no suit talk. I'm not hearing nothing. I'm waiting on Bud. I'm waiting on that sweet spot to get found. I'm waiting on Bud and Earl. That's it. Both of them. So that's how we gonna rock out with it, fam. But we all deserve it, man. And don't let nobody, and if I ain't never told y'all nothing that's real spill, dog. Do not let nobody pour no ice cold water on your flame. If you want to root for your guy in this moment because this is what you like to do in your off time, God damn it, you do it. And you better come up in here and tell a main man why your guy gonna beat my guy. Damn it, you do it. You better not be ashamed. Man, I'm scared that people gonna see me rooting for my guy. Man, get the hell away from around me if you got that mentality. I don't want none of you L7s here. I don't want none of you over analytical, gotta be all the way X's and O's people here. Because on that night, we gonna be loud. We gonna be drunk. We gonna have a great time. Memorable night. That's what boxing is about. You support your fighter. And in this moment, and with the civil war that is caused, I've went through the debates. I've even lost some homies over it. I mean, the whole 9 yards. We deserve this fight. And I'm hoping that all relationships that were lost due to this fight, after this fight is over, I hope it's repaired. Real spill. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Share, and rock those bills. Much love to the fam. I want to say thank you to everybody for rocking out for another episode of We Talking Boxing. We do this every Thursday, every Sunday. Normally when I do We Talking Boxing, fight fans, y'all know I normally open up the phone lines. But given the fact that we did a 3.5 hour show last night and we talked a lot last night, and I am a little bit tired tonight, fight fans, I'm going to pull the phone portion tonight, but I will pick it back up with the phone portion coming for the next episode on Sunday. That is my word. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy this weekend's fights with Betierbiev and Joe Smith Jr. It should be cracking, man. I'm going to try to come on live after that fight as well. And hopefully we can all chop it up, man. I want to tell you thank you to everybody that rock with me in the comment section. Thumbs up on the way out. If you did not hit it on the way in, share, and rock those bells. I see y'all on the next live stream. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Remember, fight fans, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, everywhere at the same time. He wants you ruined. He wants you sad. He wants you on your knees and just thinking that you're lost and you can't be found. We ain't going like that. You are more than a conqueror. There's an energy that works in you that makes you great. You go out there and be great, and don't let nobody take your light away from you. You hear what I'm telling you. Much love to the fam, and until the next video, family. Peace out.